What's up, Easy?
Not much, not much. So, I mean, where are we right now?
We are in Rosemary Beach at a place called The Pearl.
Very nice.
Pretty cool spot. Mostly older people around here. We're in Florida, but it's still a cool spot to chill.
Definitely. Nice day outside.
Beautiful day. It's been 70s for the last couple months, so just before the heat gets in.
So, the YouTube, I mean, it's been going off lately. We got a lot of fan questions.
Ooh, yeah.
We got a lot of fans. How do you feel about having a lot of fans?
I think I like it. I would rather have more fans than, like, not fans.
Very nice, very nice. So, all right. So I got a couple good questions that I pretty much
Look at this little notebook
picked out.
you got here. This is preparation, guys.
That is preparation.
This is preparation. This guy's done his homework, even with this Jason Kidd jersey on. For those of you guys that don't know, Jason Kidd was a basketball player like 15 years ago.
One of the best.
And he has chosen to wear this as a style outfit today.
He won a couple championships, no?
He won one championship with the Mavericks.
Yeah, with the Mavericks.
And then he made it to the finals twice with the Nets, but he got smoked.
First question, what's the best indicator to trade with and how do you use it?
Oh man, this is good because everybody asks me about indicators. Like indicators is like, everybody thinks it's like the holy grail of trading. Like if I get the right indicator, I shall make so much money that I'm just going full Ty Lopez right there. Did you see that?
Yeah, you did go full Ty Lopez.
I'm sorry, I watched so many of his videos, it's like he's in my brain. So indicators are used to confirm price action and price pattern. So we never use indicators to buy. They help assign probability and validity to things that we're already looking at via price patterns. But my favorite indicator on an intraday basis that I use every day is the VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. And I use that kind of as like a line in the sand for intraday trades. Like if you have a high momentum stock, in late day you break under the VWAP, you could take a short in it, as the VWAP means like almost like the average price of all the buyers and sellers. So when stock gets under there, essentially everybody's underwater, so you get the sell pressure coming in, and it's a pretty effective tool. I don't base my trades around it, but it's something I use to assign validity to my trades.
So is it kind of something that you look at secondary, like you're...
Always price is the only thing that pays in trading. Remember that. Price is the only thing that pays. I learned that from Brian Shannon many a moons ago. So we're always focused on price patterns, price action, trends, and what all that means. The indicators, we align over those to tell us, okay, this is going to add probability. Like we have a 60-40 trade. Like this trade has a 60% probability to work. And then we start aligning our indicators, like volume is an indicator, VWAP is an indicator, your moving averages are indicators. When you start to add them over what you already see in price, now you're taking something that's a 50-50 shot or a 60-40 shot, and you're making it into a high probability trade. So you're turning the wheels in your favor as you have more things that work.
So it's basically like you talk a lot about having like a trading plan. So these are all things you're building kind of into your plan.
Yes. So trading is like when you enter a trade, you're like a lawyer, right? So you're building a case why you should put your money into that stock. So your hard-earned money. Right, so you guys have jobs, you're saving for your kids' tuitions, all this stuff you're doing with your money, right? So you can't just waste your money.
Yeah, obviously.
Right?
Yeah.
You have to be like a lawyer, right? I'm only going to put my money into this stock after I build a case.
Yeah.
And so how you build a case in a stock is, well, why is this stock worth my time? Why is it worth my money and my mental capital also? And so that becomes, what's your story on this stock? Okay, I like this stock's price, I like its pattern, I like its trend, and then I start overlaying my indicators and I'm building a case to say, okay, there's a high probability chance this stock can go up or down the way I want, and my risk is minimized.
Cool. All right, so the second one we got here is what should you do if you can't get shares to short? Like say, it's that's happened to all of us. You're watching that stock, you know it's gonna rip down, but you can't get the shares.
There's nothing worse.
What would you do in that scenario if there's anything that can be done?
So if you want to really short sell, if you want to short sell, you have to have multiple brokers usually. Okay. If you have a really good one like Interactive Brokers or like where I trade, it'll cover 99% of the possibility. So every blue moon you'll get one that you can't short.
Yeah.
Now a good broker, what they're going to do is you're going to be able to check. So like before the market opens, if you're like, oh man, like this stock is something that I think I'm going to want to short today, you can check with them and see if they have it. And then a lot of brokers, if they don't have it, what they'll do is say, you know what, this is hard to borrow. HTB, hard to borrow. It's like the 3 worst words you can ever hear as a short seller. HTB. But what they'll do is say, hey, Kunal, for 10 cents a share, I'll go and find you these shares from another broker, or what they'd call a clearing firm. So we're going to go to another clearing firm and find these shares, and we'll get them for you for a price. So if you want 1,000 shares, it might be $100. But if you're thinking you can make $1,000 on it, then it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But if you're wrong, you're going to lose $1,000 plus the borrow cost. So
a bit more risk added.
A little bit more risk added. There's a cost. Now, regular stocks, guys, if you wanted to short Amazon or Google or Apple, you're going to be able to short those, right? What we're talking about is those small cap, hard to borrow stocks. Some stock goes like an ETRM, right? It goes from 2 to 30, and you want to short that piggy. Well, you're not going to be able to short it at any broker. You're going to have to pay.
Awesome. So the next one we got here is, do you use hotkeys when you trade?
No. People use hotkeys, especially if you had like a complicated broker like Thinkorswim or something. It takes like 15 clicks to make a trade. The way I have my platform set up, I have buttons. 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000. I have buttons for share size.
Okay.
And then like I have these buttons set up so that I can trade them faster than even hotkeys. It's like, boom, 500, buy.
Yeah.
And we'll put in some graphics and overlay some graphics so you can see kind of how I set up my montage.
Okay.
Would you like your water? Guys, we're here having a beach day, and homeboy's wearing his Jason Kidd jersey, just drinking waters galore.
Gotta stay healthy. I mean, we've been doing good. I don't want to ruin it,
That's true. We've been really exercising a lot.
I had a little run at the beach today. It was good.
I slept in.
All right. How do you determine which stocks are hot stocks?
Woohoo! The buzz. God, I love buzz. Right? Who doesn't like a little buzz? So the hot stocks of the day, you never know. Okay? But pre-market, like I check for earnings. I check for PRs, gaps, right? Stock's at 2, it gaps up to 3. Obviously, there's something going on the stock. Let's check and see. Is it in earnings? What's the gap? What's the chart look like? So you don't know necessarily what the hot stocks are, but you know characteristics that make a hot stock.
Yeah.
Okay. Chart breakout. Stock has a big base. It's sitting on a bottom. Has a PR come out. That's pretty good. It's been flatlining for a long time. It's looking for a catalyst to go, right? Volume. Stock has expanding volume. It usually does a couple million shares a day. And now all of a sudden, right off the gate in the morning, it's like 4 or 5 million shares.
Yeah.
Expanding volume. Float, right? The number of outstanding shares available that can be traded. The lower the float, the more impact that expanding volume has, right? If you have a 20 million float and the expanding volume comes in at 10, 15 million in the morning, you're turning over that float, that stock could go double, right? Stock has a 500 million share float and it goes from 1 million shares to 2 million shares. may not move in the way you think it's going to move. It could still go up, but it's probably going to go up 3 or 4% versus 30 or 40%.
Yeah. So, like, when we're talking about PRs, I mean, it could really be, I guess, any news story. Like, I remember the other day you were talking about there's, like, a sex scandal in some Chinese stock.
Siggy Bear,
Yeah.
SIG.
And it was causing it to go crazy. So,
Yeah.
it could really be any type of PR that could really trigger something.
Yeah, so we took this awesome trade in the chat room, and I've never even heard of this stock, but, you know, it was on my gapper list, and then it sat around all day, and then it got halted for some sex scandal. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it got halted for about 30, 40 minutes. As soon as it opened, it like sat around for a few minutes and formed basically what we call an ORB.
Yeah.
But rather than doing the ORB in the morning, like at the open, I'm treating the moments after the halt as the open. Like it just opened fresh, like the day is new. So the stock does basically, it's kind of ORB setup, and boom, I take the hammer, and you know, it drops $3-4 in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the fun part about playing news, because on a regular day, a stock just kind of does what it does. It moves up, it moves down. You can trade it, but the range might be 50 cents or $1. But if it has fresh news out, it could be, instead of 50 cents, $5
Yeah.
or $4. You know, you get that added oomph to it.
Great way to grow a smaller account too, just because it's
You have extra volume that comes into those type of plays, so there's extra volatility,
Yeah.
so you get bigger ranges.
Yeah.
Like technical analysis works up to a certain extent. We all use technicals, but a technical is like, say, we can all draw lines on a chart, right? And it breaks, and maybe it goes up a couple percent, but a stock is not going to go up 50% or 20% or 30% on technicals alone, not in a day, right? It's going to do it when you have the right technicals, but they're mixed with some type of news or fundamental, you know, catalyst.
Yeah.
And what that catalyst is, I don't care.
yeah.
I got a 3rd grade reading level.
All right. So do you recommend swing trading or day trading for newbies?
I recommend everybody actually learn swing trading at some point. I learned how to trade from swing trading from Paul.
Yeah.
Swing trading's a little bit easier because your analysis is similar to what you're doing in a day trade, but you have more time to think about it. It's not necessarily it's easier, but you have more time to think about it. Like I'm in 4 swing trades right now, and to get into those swing trades, I stalked those stocks for 4 or 5 days to get the right entry.
Yeah.
And so I had 4 days to think about, like I'm in this swing trade shop at like $59.40, and it's like it just hit $63 or $64, so not much of a gain yet, but it's starting to speed up. But to get in at that price, I watched it for about 3 days. So I had time to think about, like, okay, where am I going to buy? Where's my stop loss? Where's my first target? I had like 3 days to think about it. When you're day trade, you have to think about where's your entry, where's your stop loss, where's your target, but you have 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Not even sometimes. If it's the open, you have 1 second. So it's the same analysis, but it's just quicker.
Yeah.
So day trading can take more time to learn because you're taking all this data and computing it in a couple seconds versus a few days.
Yeah.
So like analytical people, I have a lot of students who are like engineers, doctors, that, you know, they like certainty, right? If they see this evidence, they need this to happen. They like to compute things, right? Sometimes in the beginning, like day trading can be a little bit tricky because, right, they're looking for a scientific approach to something with an absolute answer.
Yeah.
And in day trading, there are no absolute answers. Things are flying, right? And you got to make split-second decisions. But the analysis is the same as swing trading. The other part is I believe everybody should learn how to swing trade is because, you know, you have your retirement accounts, your 401k, so trading's a job, right? Not everybody's going to make millions of dollars trading every year. I certainly don't make millions of dollars trading every year. It's a living, a job. Like if I was an accountant or an engineer or whatever, doctor, lawyer, you know, there's different levels, of course. And some years are better than others. And so you still have to save for retirement. You still have to have longer term investing. And so you need to learn how to swing trade. And the other thing is like compounding interest, right? Compounding interest is one of the most powerful things in the world. When you're day trading, you're not in the game of compounding interest.
Yeah.
You make money and then you take it out and pay yourself, right? And then you're living on that money. Wait, so you're not compounding. Compounding interest is how you take, right, $5,000, turn it into $2 million over the course of your life.
Yeah.
Because it just grows 10%. Like if your money grows at 10, 12%, right, it theoretically should double every 6 years, give or take. So, right, you have 5 and it goes to 10, then it goes to 20, and then it goes to 40, 80, 160, 320, right? And so, like, towards those last years, really those every 6 years, 320 to 640 in 6 years, right? You're compounding.
Yeah.
And so you don't get that with day trading, so you have to be swing trading. So like for my retirement and stuff, like I like ETFs, low cost ETFs, low cost index funds, ETFs, and you want to like add to them and try to compound and do all of that. And that's a big goal of mine still, because you know over the years I've spent money doing this and that, and I spend a lot of time getting my business up and ready.
Yeah.
And so you know now those are goals too. Like I'm not thinking I'm going to day trade my way into retirement. The day trading is your income and stuff that you do. It's your job, but I still have to swing trade and have investments and compound the traditional way.
Yeah. So I mean, would you say that? I guess, you know, from your experience, there's more money to be made with swing trading than day trading?
Not necessarily. Day trading, if you're good,
yeah,
you can make quick hits all day.
Yeah.
100 here, 200 here, 500 here. So if you're good at it, then you'll make money.
Yeah.
But the day trading has a higher failure rate due to the amount of decisions you make,
yeah,
and how many trades you take in a day. Day trading's hard.
Yeah.
You take 10 trades in a day, guys. At some point, you may make a mistake. You have to be perfect all the time. Because the one time you make a mistake, it ruins your day, right? Unless you're really good at minimizing them, which is something, you know, we spend so much time in boot camp about is risk management, mental management, personal management. You know, in swing trading is buy, set your stop, let it rock, and you have that kind of time,
yeah,
right? And it's more mechanical.
Yeah.
Day trading is really emotional because you see your money moving around so quickly. You know, you see your money, like, you can see your P&L. You're like, oh, fuck, like, this stock just flew. Like, and you're like, I'm up $500, and then it's back down. You're like, oh my God, I'm down $200. And you're like, right? You see that P&L, and you see, like, you know, how everything is moving. Thanks for watching. If you like that video, subscribe right here. If you want to watch more videos, click right there. The Jason Kidd jersey.
Old school Jason Kidd. Vintage, man.